Have you ever met someone who seemed perfect, almost too good to be true? Charming, confident, and they shower you with attention. But over time, things change. The admiration turns to criticism, the love feels conditional, and you find yourself constantly walking on eggshells. You might be dealing with a narcissist. Here is a chilling truth to start with. A narcissist doesn't enter a relationship to love you, but to reshape you into what they need. Today, we're diving deep into the psychology of the narcissist in relationships, how to spot them, and how to protect yourself. So how does a narcissist actually think? Imagine someone who genuinely believes they are the center of the universe. Their entire world revolves around one thing: themselves. They have an insatiable need for admiration and praise. This isn't just a desire for attention. It's a deep-seated need for what's often called narcissistic supply. At the same time, they are incredibly fragile and cannot handle even the slightest criticism. Any feedback is perceived as a personal attack. They truly believe they are special, superior to everyone else, and that the normal rules don't apply to them. When they look for a partner, they aren't looking for an equal. They are scouting for someone who is emotionally compliant, someone who will feed their ego and won't challenge their sense of superiority. This brings us to a big question. If they're so self-centered, why do they seem so incredibly charming at the beginning? It's because many narcissists have high social intelligence. They are masters at reading people. When they first meet you, they study you. They figure out your dreams, your insecurities, and your deepest needs. Then they mirror those things back to you, becoming the perfect partner you've always dreamed of. This is the love bombing phase. They'll overwhelm you with intense affection, grand promises, and constant attention. You feel like the most special person in the world. But here's the catch. Once they know they have you hooked, they suddenly withdraw, leaving you confused and desperate for the person you first met. This is where the psychology of control kicks in. A narcissist only feels safe and powerful when their partner is weak or dependent on them. Their sense of self is so unstable that they need to control their environment, and especially their partner, to feel secure. To achieve this, they use a whole toolbox of emotional manipulation. They'll use guilt to make you feel responsible for their feelings. They'll blame you for everything that goes wrong. They'll compare you to others to chip away at your self-esteem. They'll use intentional neglect, making you feel unimportant and desperate for their attention. The ultimate goal is not a partnership. It's complete emotional control over you. It can be confusing because you might wonder, why do they hurt the very person they claim to love? The truth is, genuine emotional connection is threatening to a narcissist. True love requires vulnerability and equality, two things a narcissist cannot tolerate. They see an equal partner as a rival, a threat to their dominance. So the moment they see you thriving, becoming stronger, or having your own independent life, they feel an uncontrollable urge to bring you down. They will sabotage your success, criticize your ambitions, and isolate you from your friends and family. It's not personal in the way we think. It's a desperate act of self-preservation for their fragile ego. They need you to be small so they can feel big. To maintain this control, narcissists use a predictable set of tactics. Let's break down the most common ones. First, there's gaslighting. This is where they manipulate you into doubting your own sanity. They'll deny things they said or did, and tell you things like, "You're imagining things," or "You're being too sensitive." Over time, you start to question your own perceptions and reality. Second is the silent treatment. When you do something they disapprove of, they'll suddenly cut off all communication. It's not about needing space. It's a cold, calculated punishment designed to make you panic and scramble to get back in their good graces. Another powerful tactic is triangulation. This is when they intentionally bring a third person into your relationship dynamic. It could be an ex, a coworker, or even a family member. They'll constantly talk about how great this other person is, or create situations to make you feel jealous and insecure. This keeps you off balance and forces you to compete for their affection. Finally, all of these tactics are part of a larger, devastating cycle: idealize, devalue, discard. First, they idealize you, putting you on a pedestal and making you feel like a soulmate. Then comes the devalue phase, where they start chipping away at you with criticism and manipulation. And finally, when you are emotionally drained or no longer serve their purpose, they discard you, often in a cold and brutal way, leaving you completely broken. Given all this, why is it so incredibly hard to leave a relationship with a narcissist? The answer lies in something called a trauma bond. This isn't love. It's an emotional addiction. The intense cycle of idealization and devaluation creates a powerful psychological attachment. They hurt you, and then, just when you're about to leave, they give you a tiny crumb of the affection they showed you in the beginning. Your brain, starved for that initial high, gets a hit of dopamine. You become addicted to these small moments of relief and hope. You're not staying because you love the pain. You're staying because you're addicted to the intermittent reward that follows it. So, what are some early signs you might be dealing with a narcissist? First, they move incredibly fast. They might talk about love, moving in, or marriage very early on. They also tend to criticize everyone else, exes, friends, coworkers, while portraying themselves as the superior one, the victim, or the hero. Notice if they ever apologize. A narcissist rarely offers a genuine apology. If they do, it's usually followed by a "but," shifting the blame back to you. They are also extremely sensitive to criticism while having no problem dishing it out. They'll talk excessively about their achievements and expect you to be their biggest cheerleader. Most importantly, pay attention to how you feel. Do you feel like your value depends entirely on pleasing them? That's a huge red flag. If any of this sounds familiar, how can you protect yourself? The first and most crucial step is setting firm boundaries. Decide what behavior is unacceptable and communicate it clearly, and when they cross that line, there must be a consequence. Stop making excuses for them. Don't justify their hurtful behavior by saying, "they're just stressed," or "they don't mean it." It's also vital to maintain supportive relationships outside of your partner. A narcissist will try to isolate you, so your connection to friends and family is your lifeline. Focus on building your self-worth independently of them. Reconnect with your hobbies, career, and personal goals. If the emotional harm is severe, planning a safe and gradual exit is often the best strategy. Remember, your mental health comes first. To wrap this up, it's important to understand that a narcissist isn't truly strong. They are deeply insecure, emotionally fragile individuals who need control to feel important. A relationship with them isn't about love. It's an emotional drain designed to fuel their ego. Gaining this knowledge is your first and most powerful step towards psychological freedom. You deserve a relationship built on mutual respect, equality, and genuine care. If this topic resonated with you, be sure to check out our next video, where we'll explore the deeper reasons why we stay in toxic relationships, even when we know they're bad for us. Thanks for watching, and remember to take care of yourself.